There are things that go bump in the night, Agent Skoolander, and we are those that bump back. And we also review toys.
You know I can't smile without you. Can't smile without...
Hellboy was a movie that came out in 2004.
It was. Before that, it was a very famous comic created by Mike Mignola, a very, very good artist. It was very much the sort of comic reader's comic. And it's not surprising that it would be picked up for making a motion picture of it, given its wonderful, intense design and really cool Lovecraftian horror themes and monsters and all that sort of thing.
Are you gonna be okay?
How big can it be?
So the movie version was directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
He'd previously done some really amazing films. His work on Blade 2 was really quite influential on him getting the role for Hellboy. But with Hellboy, he really sort of stepped it up. It was a case, it was still a big blockbuster movie, but it was very much a mixture between sort of the standard Hollywood style and his own personal style.
Absolutely.
And once you took that into Hellboy 2, again, it goes even further away from the Mike Mignola version into really the Del Toro version of the character.
Oh, crap.
Ron Perlman plays Hellboy.
The incomparable Ron Perlman.
And I couldn't imagine anyone else doing it.
No, definitely not. He was apparently the one and only choice for that particular role. He has done a wonderful job with the character. He's even voiced the character in some animated movies that they've done. So he clearly enjoys and cares about the Hellboy character. So you couldn't get better than him for this particular role.
I don't have time for this.
So they obviously made some toys for this movie at the time. This one is from the movie itself.
It is from the Hellboy movie line. This toy was made by a company called Mezco. Mezco has sort of never really cracked it as being a major player, but if you take a look at the quality of the work that they've done, it stands up just as well as any NECA or Hasbro. It's a toy that you really wouldn't know was made over 10 years ago.
I like his coat. It's that sort of material texture to it. It's got little buckles on the side. He's got his big glove there too, eh? What's that glove called?
The right hand of doom.
That is... Yeah, you couldn't name that better if you tried, really. He's even got his tail out the back there.
He does. And it's really interesting to see the fact that this figure was ahead of the curve in a lot of ways. He has a holster which you can actually put his gun, the Samaritan, into. And at that stage, people really weren't doing usable holsters very much in toys. The fact that he has a soft goods trench coat with the BPRD logo, that's just a nice extra touch, which they probably didn't really need to do. But it just looks really nice, and if you're going to do mixed media on action figures, this is one of the best examples of doing that.
You woke up the baby.
Now, you were talking about this being a little bit ahead of the curve for its time, so is the articulation ahead?
It certainly was ahead of its time for what we normally saw in the 7-inch scale. If you take a look, certainly for the head is on a ball joint. It's nice and stiff joints as well, so they really hold the position quite nicely.
Yeah.
So he does have a chest crunch as well as a waist swivel. The legs are on ball joints at the hips as well as a joint at the knee and also at the foot. As far as the arms go, again they are on ball joints. On the right arm things are a little bit different. You do still have the same level of motion in terms of the shoulder and certainly bend at the elbow. The hand is on a little bit of a ball joint, but it doesn't move that much.
No, but there's definitely enough articulation to get a few good poses out of him.
There is more than enough articulation to get pretty much any pose that you need to out of Hellboy that fits the character.
Yeah. A lot of the time movie figures are a little bit rushed, aren't they, and a little bit half-assed. In this case, though, you wouldn't know this was from that era of the actual movie itself. You would think it's from later on.
Yeah.
So I think they've done a really, really bang-up job.
Absolutely.
There are things that go bump in the night. And we are the ones who bump back.
So, those are our thoughts on Mezco's Hellboy from the Hellboy movie line.
If you like him or if you don't like him, let us know down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We're out of here for now, right?
But we'll be back.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.